Skeptical Chemist.
Here.
Amnesty International. PEMR.
Here.
Gettysburg Environmental Concerns.
Here.
Habitat for Humanity.
Here.
APL.
Here.
College Democrats.
Here.
China Club.
Here.
Art Society.
Here.
Gettysburg TV.
We are present.
Civil War Club. Shanghai Buddhist Club.
Here.
College Republicans. International Club.
Here.
SMUT.
Here.
Japan Club.
Here.
Lutheran Student Movement. Owl and Nightingale.
Here.
Biosphere.
Here.
SAC.
Here.
Peace Club.
Here.
International Affairs.
Here.
College Community Leaders. NAACP.
Here.
Classics.
Here.
Shots in the Dark.
Here.
Bomb Squad.
Here.
College Against Cancer.
Here.
St. Jude Club.
Here.
Latin American Student Association. Pre-Vet.
Here.
Dance Team. Film Society. Action Against HIV/AIDS.
Here.
Gaia Pagan Society. Students for a Democratic Society.
Here.
Swing.
Here.
Youth Action for Rural Africa. YARA. FCO.
Here.
Senior Class. Junior Class.
Here.
Sophomore Class. All right, here we go. Hey, Justin Krause.
Here.
Caroline Nathan.
Here.
William Weiss.
Here.
Ryan Woodward.
Here.
David DeBoer.
Here.
Candice Lopez.
Here.
Kevin Lugo.
Here.
Shri Nayak.
Here.
Abdur Rahman.
Here.
Sarah Federo.
Here.
Forgot to call the exec. Andrew Ferrer. Nick Redmond.
Here.
Molly Yingling.
Here.
Anthony Palmer.
Here.
Richard Amy.
Here.
Mr. Parliamentarian, is there a quorum?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We'll now move on to officer reports. I have a few items. We'll be appointing 2 senators later on. Student Conduct Review Board is now accepting applications. I have them up here in front with me. If interested, the applications are due by September 20th, which is 2 weeks from now. You can also return them to me or Nick Redmond, or return them to the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities, which is Cup 220. The Senate Club's alias is listed. I have it placed over there by the countertop. Please check to see if your name is on it. That's our official way of communicating with all the club reps. There's a sheet at the end. If your name is not on the list, make sure you put your name on there and you'll be added. There's an American Disabilities Act. There's a committee is celebrating the 25th anniversary of the signing of the act. And I have information in regards to that in front of me here. And there will be programs going on in the next 2 weeks. And put it on your radar to start thinking of ideas. The new provost, Chris Safi, will be coming to the next Senate meeting to discuss the academic policies of the college. So just be ready with questions for her. And that's all I have.
Hey guys, I'm Nick, it's known as New England Vice President. A couple of things to keep in mind. Elections for the senior class and the first year, senior class senators and the first year class senators and officers are going to be next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's the 15th through the 17th. For all of them, the petitions are due this Friday, so if you know of anyone who is interested in running, tell them to get a petition from me, or I can send it to them electronically. I'm going to need help from the senators with cub tables Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 to 1. So I'll be sending out an email. You guys please respond. It's part of the duties as a senator to kind of help out at events like that. I really need help from 11 to 12 since I have a class, so I'd appreciate some response to that email when I send it out. Just for this year, the thing I'm going to be working on first is going to be a lot of you ran for senator positions, so you kind of know what I'm talking about. There's rules for campaigning, and those are included in the petition that you signed. And the one thing we noticed last year is there's really no rules for electronic campaigning, such as sending out emails, Facebook groups, things like that. And we felt that because there were issues about it last year, that it should we should review it, and we should kind of set guidelines for electronic campaigning because there really aren't any according to our Constitution or our bylaws. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing this year, and I'll be looking for a few senators to help me out with that. So you'll get an email about that later, so if that interests you, let me know. Otherwise, I think I'm done. Report.
Okay, this Wednesday at 7 p.m. in Cup 260, we're going to be having a mandatory info session for all club treasurers, and you need to attend this if you want to sign up for your preliminary hearings. Preliminaries will be held next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and if you can't make the info session, please email me. I'll be trying to send out an email about this, but inform your club treasurers.
All right. First thing, for the next meeting, we want all the senators to sit in the first 2 rows when the block goes off. We want to increase everyone's engagement. If you sit in the front of the room, I think it will encourage some more discussion. So that's the first thing. I'm also working on publicity for our centennial celebration as well as for elections. So that's about it for me.
Hey everyone, I just want to remind everybody that the club registration is due the 30th of September. So that's the big date. Following what Molly said, I'll be also setting up a registration session. This will be dealing with the PeopleSoft program. This will be for club presidents. It's scheduled tentatively for the 15th. We'll be blasting out email to let everybody know. And if anyone here is interested in starting a club organization, please contact me. I'm the club's liaison, so I'll be working on the OSA. In regards to the men's rugby team, after speaking with athletics, rugby has not been recognized for some time. Therefore, the Senate cannot recognize the club since they're not recognized by athletics. It's kind of the same topic as if the club's not recognized by the OSA, the Senate cannot recognize them. So this is strictly a procedural move, but I'm going to move to formally de-recognize the men's rugby team pending a 4-week review period, and after which the team can come back and petition the Senate status. And this is following Article 1, Section 4, subsection A, which states, the student senate reserves the right to revoke the recognition status of any organization that fails to continue to comply with the standards and criteria established in the student senate bylaws, Article 1. And this is a formality, but we look forward to working with the team to secure the administrative success moving forward. And this will reconvene October 4th.
Yes, it will be a 4-week process in order for them to appeal and turn themselves around. And they have until the October 4th meeting if the Senate decides to motion to pass the putting them on provisionary status. And that will be done later on in the business. Richard?
Just to let you all know that we're going to be looking at the Constitution again coming up once we get the rest of the Senate body filled. And I was working this summer on fixing some changes that need to be made, including making the 3 new committees, and we'll be talking about it later tonight.
Any old business? Any motion?
Motion to revoke status of men's rugby.
Motion to appoint Taylor Plank to be a senator from the class of 2012.
Taylor Plank, please stand. Would you like to give a brief bio about yourself and why you wish to become a senator?
I'm Taylor. I'm from Gettysburg. I'm a junior, and I'm a chemistry and Spanish double major, and I want to be in Senate because I want to get more involved on campus.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations. Now for new business, I move to appoint Andrew Lee as senator for the Gettysburg class of 2012. Andrew?
How's it going, guys? I'm Andrew. I'm a junior, philosophy major with a minor in history. I'm the corresponding secretary for the Phi Gamma Delta House. I'm interested in politics, obviously. These past 2 summers, I've interned in 2 different political offices. The first was the office of Governor Chris Christie in New Jersey, for those of you who don't know. And the second was this past summer I entered in DC for the office of Congressman Alvio Sierras. And I think Student Senate is just a great way to get involved on campus and get involved with student affairs. So, thank you.
Is there a second? All those in favor? All those opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Congratulations. I would like to state that as of this point, we now have a full Senate until the 20th. I now move to put this resolution forward. It's SR 001, the Declaration of the Student Senate Centennial. Whereas the Student Senate of Gettysburg recognized the September 16, 2010, it is the Student Senate Centennial. And whereas the Student Senate has served the student body in the Gettysburg College community faithfully and honorably for 100 years. And whereas the student body has continued to support Student Senate for 100 years, be it resolved that the Student Senate will hold a ceremony celebrating the centennial on September 16th at 11:30 a.m. in Stein Lake. And be it resolved that the Student Senate asks Gettysburg College facilities to fly the flag of the Senate above the cupola of Penn Hall. And be it resolved that the Student Senate will be continued to serve the student body in the Gettysburg College community with distinction and merit. And be it resolved that the Student Senate will continue to listen to the concerns of the student body and will take swift action when the occasion calls for it. And be it resolved that the Student Senate will continue to work with the faculty and administration and voice the opinions of the student body to these groups. That's the resolution put forward. Is there any discussions on it?
Is there any way we could get that on the screen or anything so we can take a look at? I mean, it's not gonna see.
Can I ask something real quick?
Yes.
So this is my first time representing Law and Justice Society. Whenever you ask, for yeas or nays, are club reps allowed to? No.
No. Only the elected senators.
Okay. Figured that out. Thanks.
Yeah. Can you guys read it?
Can I get on that screen too?
Yeah.
Can you make it bigger?
What's the point of voting for the senator? That's why kids vote.
You guys have
That's like a student body.
Yeah.
any other discussions? Any discussions? Any motions? The motion's on the floor, any seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Abstentions? Resolution passes. Okay. I now exercise my executive authority to create the Sustainability, Information Technology, and Senate Policy Committees. The sustainability is to work closely with the GRASS Committee as well as the college's administration to promote awareness of the community's impact on the environment and is charged with the education of the campus in regards to the initiatives that make Gettysburg a more green establishment. The following individuals will serve as chair of the said committee: Camille Christine Horton and Sarah Wilson Tower. and Camille is actually in the room. Would she please stand?
Hey guys.
Sure, you can give me a
Okay.
spiel.
So I'm Camille. I'm the Sustainability Program Coordinator for Center for Public Service this semester, and I'll be the Sustainability Committee member. So yeah, if you guys want to talk to me at all about sustainable initiatives, I'm the person to talk to. And actually, not this Thursday, which I made the announcement today at our meeting, but next Thursday, the 16th, I am going to be hosting a dialogue for anyone interested in talking about sustainability, what it means, what we can do on campus. I kind of just want it to be a collaborative effort with anyone who's interested in talking about sustainability and what initiatives we can possibly start on campus to make the institution more environmentally, economically, and socially conscious. So I made a digest post, and I think it says this Thursday at noon, but it's going to be next Thursday, the 16th at noon, and it's either going to be somewhere here in the Cub or Farmhouse, to be determined. But everyone be on the lookout for that next Thursday. Anyone interested, anyone can come. Because last year, the common hours were sustainability themed, so we were in charge of kind of doing those. But this year, common hour isn't sustainability themed, so we're just gonna have our own little discussions.
The Information Technology Committee is to work closely with Gettysburg College's Information Technology Division in providing student input in regards to the electronic services offered by the college. The committee is charged with voicing the opinions and concerns of the students and for educating as well as informing the community on the IT division of the college. This individual will also serve as the Senate's representative on the Board of Trustees Information Technology Committee. The following individual will serve as chair. Sam Allo. Is Sam in the room? Sam.
Well, my name's Sam, and this is my second year as the IT committee chair. And as it says up there, I'll be working with the vice president of IT. I work in GTech, so if you ever see me. And basically, I'm just going to be the liaison between the Senate and as well as IT, and get feedback from the students as well as the Gettysburg community as to what we need on campus and what the students use technology for. So if you have any comments or questions, you can email me and my voice will be great.
The Senate Policy Committee is to take the place of the Constitution Review Committee. The committee is charged with reviewing all constitutions of the clubs and organizations, as well as the Constitution of the Student Senate. The Senate Policy Committee is responsible for reviewing all language and drafts of Senate resolutions. Also, the committee is charged with dealing with all grievances and serve as the investigatory arm of the Senate. The parliamentarian of the Student Senate will preside as chair, and this individual is Richard Burroughs Amy. The Constitutional Committee is hereby dissolved. And then Richard will serve. And Richard is the chair, so. And congratulations to the three individuals who are appointed chair. Thank you. Next item on the agenda.
Unfortunately, Josie.
Okay. We're gonna move to confirm the board of directors. First is Marcy Zimmerman, who will serve as chair of the Academic Affairs Committee. Marcy? Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Marcy Zimmerman. I'm a senior Academic Affairs Committee Chair. We're going to be talking about the honor code and the curriculum and academic policy. So if you're interested in that or would like to share your opinion, email me or find me. We'll talk about it. Thanks.
I move now to appoint Marcy Zimmerman as chair of Academic Affairs. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations. Kevin Schmidt as chair of CLAC.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Schmidt. I'm a senior. I was on CLAC 2 years ago as a sophomore when I was a senator, and then last year I was the CLAC chair. And once again, I'd like to be the CLAC chair. I don't really have an agenda yet. I'm meeting with Tom this week to set that, but traditionally CLAC meets with different departments on campus, dining, provost, anyone who really would like to meet with us and has any college life issues that they'd like to get a smaller group of student feedback. So that's it.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations. Next is Robbie Egan to serve as chair of student concerns.
What's up, guys? Student concerns is basically anything you guys have a problem with, comes to us. Apparently last year someone wanted paper towels instead of like hand dryers in the bathroom, so.
No way.
Basically, anything big or small, we can do it. I am a junior, a political science major, history minor. I'm the philanthropy chair of Alpha Tau Omega. So, if you have any problems, bring them to me.
Is there any motions?
Second.
Motion to appoint Robbie as student service chair.
Second.
All those in favor? All those
Aye.
opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations. Next up is Cal Decado to serve as chair of special events and programming.
I'm Cal Cato. I'm a junior. I won't waste much of your time by giving a little spiel. Basically, I'm the special events coordinator, and one of the big projects I've been working with these guys on is getting the centennial all set up. Along with that, a serve-themed dinner.
Any motions?
Motion to appoint Calvin Cato, chair of special events.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations. Okay, as mentioned before, Anthony, give us an overview.
Yes, I move to formally de-recognize the men's rugby team pending a 4-week review period, as stated in the Senate bylaws.
Is there any discussions? Yes.
Hey, I'm Peter Trunkridge. I'm the president of Gettysburg men's rugby and of men's rugby. And pretty much, like, I've been in contact with Bashal about the only thing, like, the problem is we don't have a coach, and we're trying to find a coach, and that's all we need to be recognized. Right now, I'm coaching because I had another surgery summer, and I'm not playing. And I have lots of experience in rugby, playing for 6 years of my life, but the school won't let me be coach because I'm not 21. And there's all these other laws and blah blah blah. School, like, where's mine? But I don't know. It's that's like the big issue, and that's the only thing. The teams look good this year. There are a lot of freshmen that came out, and without like formal recognition, it really like puts it really like hurts the club because.
Sarah?
What does being put on probation?
Basically, that would be the 4-week period where they would release the privileges of the Senate Recognized Club for funding, requests, etc.
Technically, they're derecognized in athletics, so they should not be competing or practicing. I mean, you can't stop them from having a game amongst themselves, but they're not permitted to use the fields for league games.
If I could just say something on this, this is more of a formality because, as Anthony said, it's not rugby right now is not recognized by Campus Rec, and Senate doesn't really like to do things on a case-by-case basis. So in our constitution, our bylaws, it says that if a club is not recognized by Senate Rec, by Campus Rec, that Senate won't recognize it either. So it's not really saying that we don't think that rugby will get their stuff together in the 4-week period or things like that. This is mainly, like Anthony said, a formality. So we do invite rugby to come back once they figure their things out and get a coach. But we can't really make an exception. Obviously you guys can decide to, but Senate doesn't usually make an exception when it's stated in our bylaws that if a club isn't recognized by college recs, that we don't recognize them either. So it's mainly a formality until they do get a coach, and then we'd be more than welcome to get them off the probationary period with a vote from the student senate. But it's really not saying that we don't want them to be recognized, it's mainly just following our constitution and bylaws.
And Shruti?
No question.
Any other, questions or discussions?
Well, they sort of have a coach, just not an official coach, so could we say that is the exception?
The college says that you need a recognized coach that has the right degrees and things like that to do it. So because they aren't recognized by campus rec, it doesn't matter if the coach is a student or anything like that, they're not recognized by campus rec, and that's the main issue right now.
Matt, then Mike, and then Peter.
Regardless of their status with campus rec, could we still give them funds? Would we be allowed to by the Constitution?
We can fund non-Senate recognized organizations, we do that all the time, but, it would depend on if anyone felt comfortable. Actually, no, because club sports, they can only come for postseason funding, so.
I just don't understand how they're supposed to status if they don't have money to pay a certain coach. I don't understand how the Senate expects.
They have access to the money through campus rec. If the team goes to campus rec with a coach that meets their standards, campus rec has funds to pay.
Okay.
Peter?
Yeah, like I was saying before, the last requirement is just he has to be 21, and I'm not 21. And again, it comes down to the school and what their spiel is.
Yeah, and those are insurance regulations that the college's insurance carrier requires for coverage. So the team and you guys wouldn't be covered by the college's insurance if the coach wasn't 21. So it's not like made up for no reason.
Candace?
Would you, like, cause you're being the coach right now, within the 4 weeks, do you think it's possible to find a coach?
We've been working on it since we had a senior coaching us when I was a freshman. I'm a junior now, and he graduated, and that's where the time when we got through not recognized by athletics anymore, because he graduated. And we've been looking all summer. I've been talking to a lot of people. Like I'm not like hanging out and not trying to find a coach. Like I've been trying, but now I haven't had any advice. So consider that it would look. It doesn't look that good. But
Any other debate?
But just one thing to think about is, it's up to who makes the motion. You can make a motion such as motion to put them on probation until they find a coach and are recognized by campus rep. Things like that. So it's up to the Senate to kind of decide what to do with this, but you can shape the motion however you may like. Just keep that in mind.
Any motions?
With that piece, by us putting them on just kind of a undetermined length of probation, would then the student senate be endorsing them in any way, shape, or form? I mean, I know that probation is not giving them money, but they still be under our list, correct? They'd just be on probation.
They'll be on probation, well, probation will last for 4 weeks. That's their time period to heal and turn themselves around. But on October 4th, then the question will come back to the Senate to dissolve them if they choose to.
Right, what I'm saying is if we kind of make a exception clause in an amendment asking to extend that beyond 4 weeks, if we did that, as far as the insurance is involved, because that's why we wouldn't be, that's why they're not gonna be recognized. If we prolong that probation, are we gonna still like put ourselves on the line, I guess, in any way, shape, or form? Because otherwise, why would we just?
I mean, I think, Tom, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but because they're not recognized by campus rec, regardless of what Senate does, because we're specific to Gettysburg College, they still can't play in the league games. And
It's
things
going to
like
affect
that,
whether
so-
the league that
Yeah.
the group plays within is going to allow them to play, right?
Yeah.
You need to be
the
recognized
league
by
said it's fine. We're still in the league. We're still playing. The league recognizes us as the school.
So the league's allowing you to play without recognition from campus rec? Interesting.
We just don't have. We're just not associated right now with Gettysburg College.
Okay, so it's like an independent club that you're playing, okay. So they're not playing as the Gettysburg College Rugby Club, they're playing as a rugby club.
Yes.
There's
But-
one thing actually, to have like an adequate team and like to advance like next levels, you need like, of course you need funding and new equipment and whatnot. And the other problem that I was having with Campus Rec was from past donations from, I've been talking to the person who actually donated it, to the school, but they gave it to Campus Rec to give to the team, and now they're not recognized, we don't have access to it. So that's another problem where we can't have funds that we thought we had, now we don't, because now they just got stripped of it.
But once you meet campus, once you have a coach,
Right, yeah,
you
once
have
you
to
get recognized, but.
Shruti and then Matt.
So if you're recognized by the league, they still need to provide their own certifications that obviously is not.
We've just been having students with cards, right?
So can we motion to keep them on preliminary status? Or
The
there's a
motion's on the floor to move them into probationary status and initiate the
But if that motion, we can kill that motion, can we put them back on preliminary status? You know what I'm talking about?
They're
Moving all of them
they're
down?
already on provisional status. They've been on it for, since last.
Can you vote to keep them on provisional status, can you?
No, because they're already on provisional status.
Okay. So if they vote, so if they vote down, it's still stay on provisional status. Alright.
The current motion is now on the floor. Motion of roll call vote. The motion on the floor currently is to move men's rugby into probationary status for 4 weeks and put it under review until the October 4th meeting of the student senate. That's the current motion on the floor.
You can vote to keep them on probation.
At that process, that gives you a 4-week window to exhaust other options and show the Senate that they wish to remain recognized.
When the 4 weeks is up, can we vote to put them on probation longer and dissolve them?
That's up to the Senate on October.
Oh, so we have to talk.
Yes, and Anthony will work closely with them during that 4-week process to help them along.
Bless you.
So the current motion's on the floor, it's been roll called. Secretary Kernsick, please call the roll.
Nick Redmond.
Aye.
Molly Yingling. Matthew Pritchett, aye. Justin Kraus.
Aye.
Andrew Lee.
Aye.
Taylor Plank.
Aye.
Caroline Nathan.
Aye.
William Weiss.
Aye.
Ryan Woodward.
Aye.
David DeBoer.
Aye.
Candice Lopez.
Aye.
Kevin Lugo.
Aye.
Shruti Nayak.
Aye.
Sarah Federo.
Aye.
Gerard Caswell.
Aye.
Abdul Imam.
One.
61.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
7. I didn't
I'm sorry.
It's his first day on the job.
My apologies. Cal Mikado.
It's
Motion passes. Men's rugby is now in probationary status. I ask that Peter please speak with Anthony after the meeting. Is there any more new business?
Yeah, actually, I forgot to say it in my report real quick. I sent out an email to the senators asking for their top 3 committee choices because those committee placements are coming up soon. So if you haven't responded to me, you kind of need to, or else, I mean, you'll just get placed into a committee where you kind of fit because I won't know which one you want to be in. So just keep that in mind. If you do want to stay in it, let me know your top 3 choices.
how's that being assigned?
I would take into account your top 3 choices and try to give you one of them in that. But there's a set number of senators in each committee and a set number of senators that the committee chairs want. So it's you'll most likely get one of your top 3, but it is in the Constitution my responsibility to assign it. So ultimately it comes up to just my decision.
Okay. Any more new business? Okay, committee reports, academic affairs.
I think your report.
College Life Advisory. No report.
Public relations.
Public relations.
If anyone wants to help me out with some of the signs or anything like that, just let me know after the meeting. Just for the signs for the centennial and for the elections, just some publicity if you want to make a flyer or something. It'll help me out a lot, so that's all for me.
Special events and programming.
Okay, we've said it a couple times tonight, but I figure I will just say it again. The 16th at 11:30, we're gonna have the centennial celebration out on Stein Lake. So, anybody, what day is that? 16th, which is a Thursday. And then after that night, we're gonna have, yeah, I know. Look at that out there.
What does that entail?
What does that entail? It's gonna be about 70 seats facing a stage and podium with some people. Professor Warshaw and Dean Ramsey are both gonna be speaking. We're gonna have the band there and some things. It's like an event. It's a program. Like, I would hope that every single one of you, if you can make it, it's during common hour, so you don't have classes. So if you can make it, please do. It'll help make the event. And then senators as well. If you guys, especially senators, if you guys could like even dress up, even if it's just a little business casual, just kind of play the part. And then there's gonna be a servo Senate themed dinner for the celebration. So, any questions on that? Cool.
Student concerns?
So question, on the website it just says a hyperlink to my name. So I mean, is there that all the
If someone hits the hyperlink, it'll go directly to
so but there is no like seeing it like a just generalized email, just it is gonna come straight to the
yeah,
message.
we can set up and
Okay.
There may be one, check with Beth.
I will make on this.
we'll create a new one for you. But
Oh no, I'm gonna report.
IT.
Yeah. So some of you guys might be taking classes that use Moodle and then other one called Saki. Just let me know how it's going. If you have any problems, just shoot me an email. And because we're trying to figure out like which, because one of these is going to be the one we're using next year. As you know, Angel is about to die. But it's getting taken over by Blackboard and we're switching over to the open source. But since if you have any problems with it, just let me know. Computer labs now have Windows 7, as you can see. If you have any problems with that or you have any recommendations, just let me know and I'll pass it on to IT really for like feedback to having the systems.
Easy.
I've been having problems, I don't know if anyone else, but with CNAV, it's not, some people aren't receiving messages every time I send it, and it sends me like this weird message, I'll forward it to you. But just like some people say they don't get like my messages like for different clubs. And I even tried with PeopleSoft thing, it's messing up too, so I'll talk to you after this.
I have a question. I've been told several times notified by the wireless Gettysburg on the Wi-Fi and like connect to. What about the other wireless?
Siouxland, right now, okay, the campus is running on 2 systems. Our faculty is still using on the domain. Nobody here as a student should still be in the domain. And if you are, that's probably why you don't get college. But the faculty is still on the domain and they are using Siouxland for their wireless. So students who are no longer in the domain, you're using GBC Wi-Fi. You cannot connect to Siouxland because it requires you to have a password for your domain. So don't try to connect to Siouxland because it's tough.
Any other questions for Sam in regards to that? Yes, Carol.
So when I go on the CNAP, I put in my username and password, and it tells me it's incorrect when it's not. Like over and over again.
I've
And
had
I
that
restart
problem.
my computer, and like I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people with Macs have the problem. Like, what is that?
I think you should put in a ticket for IT and to IT. No, I mean because like that's the person who's going to handle that is like in the IT part. And I mean I can get a response for you too, but it's better if you send put in a ticket for IT and everyone else that has a problem, that same kind of problem should put a ticket for IT.
All right, I just know like multiple people have the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, to kind of answer your question, I found out that if you put your old password in, it works.
Yeah, and it works with my old password, but I feel like that shouldn't happen. Like I feel like
Have you changed your password with the new system?
Yeah, I did, but it works with the old password, and it works for other people with old password. But I feel like that shouldn't happen.
Any other IT questions for Sam? Okay, thank you, Sam. Senate policy? Club announcements. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say that.
It's okay. Okay, so this annual is so important. I would say that our sustainability discussion
get up in front of a group and get really positive feedback about how you speak in front of people. And we do lots of workshops, so if you're interested, definitely shoot me an email.
Melissa, did you say Tuesday at 7?
Was that one? Yeah. Why? Is that bad?
Isn't that whatever we which one is?
Like the daisy.
Glad you reminded me.
Hello. So this Tuesday, tomorrow, African Student Association is having their first meeting. It's in Brighton Ball 312 at 7 o'clock. Allies is meeting this Thursday in Brighton Ball 307 at 7 o'clock. And Amnesty International is meeting on Wednesday, Brighton Ball 205. So I'm in Brighton Ball, so you're fine. Oh, 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Black Student Union is having their first meeting tomorrow at 5 o'clock in Brighton Ball 209.
Okay, Peace Club is right after this if anyone wants to come, go to Carlisle House. And also the grad staff is hiring, so if you're interested, you can pick up an application outside our office, which is on the fountain side of Plank Basement. There's gonna be an informational lunch session on Friday in Servo in that cute little room by the ice cream machines. And then on Sunday, there's an informational hike if you wanna come in Monday and Tuesday nights in Gladfelter Lodge. We're having formal info sessions at 7:30. I don't know if I said that.
APO's having their rush events this week. They're Wednesday and Thursday at 7. Also tomorrow, if you want to come to go to APO meetings, like it's at Tuesday at 7 in the chapel, or at 9 in the chapel. And if you have any questions,
Really big surprise, so Cap's having an event this weekend. It's a movie night on Friday and Saturday, both at 9 p.m. It's Get 'Em to the Greek. It's a very funny movie. You guys should go see it. Also, 6 people are modeling the Ocean Fest t-shirts. Those are going to be on sale in the Cub this week, I think 11 to 1 actually.
Sorry, yeah, 11 to 1 for the next 2 weeks.
And they're $10 and they're really awesome. The material is like amazing. Just like peel it on one of these kids, it's really good.
Any other club announcements? Yes.
Hi everybody. On behalf of Gettysburg TV, to make our taping more interesting, can you please project or if you cannot do that, can you please stand up so I can zoom in? Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, I'm JJ. International Affairs Association is meeting this Thursday. Is going to be our second meeting actually, and we meet on the first floor of Gladfelter, and I think we're trying to meet in the Cub sometime over the next few weeks as well. I just encourage people to come out to discuss international affairs and also maybe even participate in some model UN conferences. So I would just certainly, anyone's welcome anytime. It's just a really good time and a fun club. So feel free to come out.
The NAACP will be having its first general meeting this Wednesday at 5 p.m. in Brighton Bar 209.
Any other club announcements? Okay. Any other general announcements? Okay, any motions?